What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review today, and this one's from Videonomicon, and it is Three Dead Trick-or-Treaters. This is an indie horror anthology. It starts off with a paper boy that stumbles upon these kind of makeshift graves, and on them are all these different pieces of paper. And so, the paper boy starts to read the stories, and then we end up seeing the stories. And the first one is about some older trick-or-treaters that end up going to the wrong house. The second one is about some religious zealots, and one of them who maybe, is going to rebel against the system. And the third one is about some street kids who are, just trying to survive, and, the problems that they face. Then, of course, you have the wraparound story of the paperboy as well. So this is an interesting movie. Horror anthologies are usually kind of a mixed bag, and that's definitely the case here. Some of them are better than others, but I think they're all at least watchable, and they're interesting if nothing else. What really makes this anthology stand out, though, is that there is very little dialogue, if any at all. So everything is kind of visually told, and the acting, has to kind of compensate for that. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that you won't find in other movies. Whether or not you like it is going to depend on what kind of horror you're in the mood for. If you're in the mood for like violent, vicious, jump scare horror, then you're probably not going to have a good time here, because there's not very much blood. There's not a lot of jump scares or cheap scares in this one. It's more of a kind of like a slow burn, atmospheric kind of feeling throughout the whole thing. It's very visual, and I think they did a great job on the cinematography and the production design on it for what had to be a pretty low budget shoot. I thought the cast did really well, and this is where a lot of these indie movies kind of run off the rails, is with the cast, because they end up overacting or underacting. They could never find, very rarely find the sweet spot. But I feel like these guys did really good throughout the whole movie. In the case of all of the short, or in case of all the shorts within the anthology, especially because with no dialogue, you have to really act with your body and with your facial expressions, and it's very, very easy to take that way over the top, and it turns into a crazy kind of thing. But that doesn't happen here. I thought they did a really good job. I was really impressed by it. I honestly didn't love the movie, but I did like it. I thought it was definitely worth watching, and I thought it was really interesting. I would love to see, more movies from these filmmakers, because I really like the concept. I like the idea of indie filmmakers, really going outside the box like this, and not just, worshiping at the altar of the 80s or trying to recapture something that Hollywood has already done. It's interesting to see, a fresh approach, and that's definitely the case here. So even if it's just to try to get a little bit of a breath of fresh air from the normal indie horror stuff, Three Dead Trick-or-Treaters is worth a look just on that, merit alone. The Blu-ray is from Videonomicon. It looks okay. It's a low budget movie, so it doesn't look fantastic, but it looks good. Does this have the Blu-ray and the DVD? Yeah, this got the Blu-ray and the DVD, so that's nice. It's got a little insert booklet as well. Extras are video interview with the director, audio commentary with the director and producer, a second commentary track with the director, and a radio interview with the composer and the director, a storyboard comparison, deleted scenes, stills gallery, and theatrical. That's a lot of extras, especially for an indie movie. So that's really cool. It was distributed by Music Video Distributors. If you're having trouble finding it, you need to look it up. But I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon and everywhere else. In the end, I would recommend it if you like atmospheric horror or indie horror, or the idea of a not a silent anthology, because it does have some audio. It just doesn't have dialogue. But if that premise interests you, I would definitely check it out. I thought it was interesting, if nothing else, even if it wasn't, super memorable or super great. It's definitely worth a look, and I admire, the fresh approach and putting in the work to make the concept like this actually work. I know that couldn't have been easy. So, there's a lot of talent, wrapped up in making something like this, turn out as well as it did. If you want to read my full review of the movie, you can go to markfusion.com and check that out. There's a ton of movie reviews there, as well as TV reviews, game reviews, anime reviews, all kinds of stuff. You can also check out hundreds of different movie reviews right here on my YouTube playlist. And if you do like the videos, please do drop a sub. It's a great way to help me out, help me to keep growing this channel, growing my site. And then if you want to go the extra mile when you do visit my website, you can use the links there to follow, to purchase the items. Then a little bit of that comes back to me, and then I can use that to buy more movies, which I can make more reviews, so on and so forth. So thank you so much for watching this video review for Three Dead Trick-or-Treaters from Videonomicon. I thought it was a really cool flick. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.